Alan.
Hey Dom,
How you doing?
good.
How,
How are you
okay. How'd you do during the yesterday's or yeah,
today?
yeah,
Yeah, I got dinged a few times with my PA.
yeah.
It was a tough market, but I just shifted to some range trading
Good.
and on my evals and did pretty good.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's good. You quit on your PA.
What was that?
That's good. You stopped trading your PA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was just getting chewed up. I just
yeah,
couldn't do it.
yeah. And the market was really tough. Like a lot of people lost a lot of accounts, a lot of PAs.
Yeah,
Trying
I'm
to,
just glad I survived. I'm down a couple hundred, but not a big deal.
yeah. You had the discipline to quit.
Yeah, which is really saying a lot for
Yeah.
me because I am that's my by far my biggest weakness in trading
Oh,
is
likewise.
I hate surrendering to a
Right,
loss
right,
and I hold it too long and then I get mad and I'm a lot better at the D dollar cost averaging. I
right.
try my hardest not to do it anymore. But before I would do it, I would just refuse to surrender. And next thing I know, my account's gone
You don't. Right, exactly. Yeah,
over and
yeah.
over.
Yeah, you know, and that's my weakness too sometimes. That's why I had to catch myself. Well,
A lot better now than I was, that's for
good,
sure.
good. Well, fortunately, I wasn't trading my PA during the New York session. It was more PAs. So, uh, again, today's the last day for the 90%. I think
You
it's
know,
you have a few hours left until 11:59 p.m.
gotcha.
Eastern, right?
You know what, Dom? I never knew that Bolinix had that required reserve, which I guess
Mm,
is not a big deal. But I haven't had a withdrawal since Apex.
mm.
I had a few withdrawals with Apex, but with Bolinex, I never had one. So I just noticed today that you have to leave in there like a certain amount, even though you've met your target, right? Is that accurate?
Yeah. Same thing. Well, same thing with what you saw in the contract there. You have to have a minimum at least of what's on a 25K, um, 20, well, basically 1600 profit.
27,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, 1600.
But with Apex, you could pull it all out except like $600, which left you almost guaranteed to blow it, but you could, right?
Right,
Before.
right.
Yeah. So,
But I guess with Bunex, once you put a request, you can't trade that account.
oh, really?
Where well in Apex, they encourage you to trade it.
I probably would rather not trade it until
Exactly,
it's paid
exactly.
out.
No, because why they
Yeah.
I think what Apex is trying to do is, well, if you lose it, then we don't have to pay you.
Exactly.
Whereas Bunax, I said, well, if you put a request, we encourage. Well, I think it's. I was looking for that in writing, but I said I saw it somewhere. I'm gonna have to ask their help desk. That is it safe to say that we can't trade the account while under the request for withdrawal. So technically, right now with the account that I asked for withdrawal, I'm way over the thing. My balance is like 28,000. So
Nice.
so if I take one, if I take 1,000 away, which is their maximum, it leaves me still with 27,000.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm curious to see how that all works out for you
Yeah. Well,
because I like Bolinix.
yeah, we'll see on Wednesday. They said they process it and they do the payout that same day. Now, depending on uh how they use it, I'm doing direct wire using Wise.
Okay.
So hopefully that goes pretty fast, like that same day.
Yeah. Keep us updated.
Yeah. In fact, I've talked to other traders who use that. They said you usually get the same day or the next day, which is actually
Very
pretty good.
cool. Yeah.
But the thing is, before you can start asking for an or requesting another one, you have to trade. They count it on the day of the payout. So basically, you can't, they start trading like day one again. Trading day number one to request for another payout will be 10 trading days again. So that will start counting on the payout date.
Gotcha.
Hey, Cortez, no, I thought Cortez was here. So
He was here. I don't know what happened. He popped in and he was
yeah,
gone. So on this Asian session, or you, from my understanding, you guys are just like taking shorts at the top of the range and buys at the bottom, kind of a thing in the Asian
right.
session.
Well, Asian session, it's still trying to form. You can see right here on my chart, right? It's still kind of small, but right now I'm using the same, right, what it did on the New York session, really. Because right now it's still trying to form.
Okay, so you're going by the levels from the New York and just
Right. But at the
changing it.
same time, I'm looking at my Renko chart. As you can see here, if I'm looking this, we have the mid band, the blue line, right? So we're above the blue line, we're bouncing off the blue line. That's our mid band, right?
Yep.
Um, now we have the 233, which is just above. So we're like again on range. However, the yellow, the 21 EMA is above the mid band. But here it's going to try to break this. Hopefully, try to break the 233. Or is this price bouncing off the 233 going down? There's my question. There's my
Yeah.
dilemma right now. So it's trying to fight the mid band and the 233, which is above.
So I haven't seen anything yet of to what transpired with the squeeze indicator. How are you guys? You just kind of using it like
Oh,
traditional?
yeah, traditional, like right here. We already have. Do we have a signal here? Yeah, right here. There's a signal on the squeeze going up. Now, there's a signal right here of this 21 EMA going above the mid band. So technically, we still have strong momentum on the upside because it's still green until we start changing. So right now, my stop here is technically below this fair value gap to the upside, and that's really you can see here. That's really the VWAP. I'm gonna have to bring this down maybe just a little bit more right around right here. Because I'm using the um VWAP deviation level. So that's the chase line that I have. That yellow line is a chase line. I don't know. I know you have the VWAP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. I'm putting it right there, either by the chase line there. That's the maximum I'm gonna go.
I just noticed you were in a trade.
Yeah.
I should have known.
Yeah. So this is I'm trading what is this? Is this yeah, this is a PA. This is my gonna be my sixth this would be my sixth trading day. I think if I'm looking at this background here, see what I have here. If they already, and yeah, usually Bullnox is pretty good at updating their chart. Let me see here. This is the 1546. It's gonna be my yep. I already have 5 trading days. It's gonna be my sixth. And already my balance is around 27,000, just a little over the 26.5, right? So I still have another 5 trading days, hopefully to build up on that and request another payout by on Fridays. Wait, so 5, we're in the 24th, is the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can't request this until the 4th. I'll miss the
So
27th.
is your approach different when you're trading your PA to your evals? What's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
approach?
Yeah, it's a little more conservative. That's why I'd rather trade my PAs during the Globex session.
Are
Either
you
the
more using targets or are you still trailing them, your
no, I
PAs?
try that. In fact, I still do what's it called? Scaling in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
It's
doing more of like 2 contracts with the
4.
PAs or are you still 4? Okay.
Yeah, 4.
That,
Especially on a 20 on this is a 25K.
Man, at four seem for me is kind of rich for the 25, but because when you get a hit, it's pretty
Right,
damaging.
right. So usually when I get a hit on on the four contracts, I usually I scale down to maybe three contracts in the following one. It really depends on how the market is behaving. Like yesterday, man, you can tell the structure was not
Yeah,
even
can you
thing on it.
imagine?
Yeah.
I was only trading two, and I was getting chewed up on my PA, and I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Yeah. Because for me, my target is usually between anywhere from 200 to three, between two and four, and that's about it. Well, sometimes if the market is really going and I'm getting up five, I'll stop at 500. Even though I leave a lot of money on the table, that's fine. Like yesterday, same thing. I think that was the Asian session. I made it to where I got it up to I think 300 because I just want to be consistent with it. So here we have almost like what we call a pullback, right? Remember, there's their pullback. There's your long wick got rejected on the bouncing off the mid band, the blue 55 EMA, bouncing that off. Now it's testing this 233 even get above it. Gets above it, that's fine.
Are you trading? Did you say you're trading your PA now or eval?
Yeah, this is my EPA.
Okay.
I'd rather have trade the PAs because it's more
It's a
markets
little slower
right,
market.
and the market it doesn't go crazy where at least they're honoring the structure still.
Yeah, you know that I was and when I've been back testing the last couple days, and
Mm,
it seems like the except for today,
right.
the second half of the New York session was no better than the first half,
Yeah,
really.
exactly. No, no, yeah. Yes,
It was
yeah, exactly. I was surprised about that.
it's more calm
Mhm.
in the second half, like between that 12 and
Right,
3 p.m.
exactly.
Eastern.
Exactly.
But today it was calmer, but it was still just
No,
not honoring
everything.
anything really.
No, look here. We can look. It didn't do anything.
No.
It just sat there between right here at the VWAP and the mid, the the what they call the mid, right? Which is this one. They just sat right there. That's it. That's the only thing they did. Didn't never passed. They never passed the +1 or -1. Look at this. That's where they kept it all along in the range. That's it. The whole time.
You know what
Look
I
at it.
did? You
Uh,
know what I did? I was copying to one of my evals from my PA, right? And
right.
I was doing the ratio, so I had four contracts. That thing I
Hmm.
was down a grand on my eval, right? And I was
Right.
pissed off. So look at between let's see, 3 p.m.
3
at
p.m.
let's see,
Right here. Right here.
yeah,
Right here.
3
Right here. Right here.
3 p.m.
Yeah.
and 4 p.m.
Okay. So right here. So you're talking at a range of 3 p.m.
And look at a 15-minute chart. Pull up a 15-minute chart. I switched to what I'm comfortable with from my past, right? So
Right.
I pulled up this and I circled through like 10, 15, 30, 60-minute charts. So I'm looking for the structure of the top and bottom. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, let me measure this. And you measure it. That's 30 points between the top and bottom, and they keep bouncing between each other. So I loaded up on that one. I was down a grand. I loaded up 10 contracts and I opened, I had two positions waiting. As
Right.
soon as it hit the top
Right.
to the tick, I filled it with 10.
Right.
And then it starts dropping, and I threw another 10 on it. And then I just threw my stop in there and then followed it down. And I got the 1,000 down all the way down to
Wow.
almost break even.
Wow. Wow.
I kept doing it over and over, and then I was buying at the bottom.
Right.
But it helped me. I saved my a couple of accounts like that. That's all I did
Wow.
because I couldn't get anything else, any
Right.
kind of structure.
No, there wasn't. In fact, like I said, they were just ranging it. So that's what you did. Okay, that's cool.
That's from my past. I
Right.
used to do that when I traded binary options.
Right. Right.
I would actually look for that in that setup. Everyone
Right.
else is looking for the trend, and I
Right.
would go through all the instruments looking for the cluster,
Right.
and I would draw a box around it, and I would just short the top and buy the bottom, and that's a lot of ticks in there.
Right. Right, right,
but
right,
it's tougher in the futures because it's very rarely you see NQ do this.
right. Yeah, especially during the second half of the New York session. Like I said, they just left it right there.
Yeah.
Even though you see the 52 above the 233 indicating that, we're going to be having it up, and they just maintained it right there. That was it. They just basically just did it in that tight range, and it was a tight range.
Yeah. And when you're trying to buy, you're basically buying the top and selling
Yeah,
the bottom
right.
over and over. You do that 2 or 3 times, and man, your
Yeah,
account's
yeah,
in trouble.
yep. But here, I think you would have been okay if you were doing $25 per contract. Okay, so if you're looking at this, let's say we have one right here, you entered right there, and you would have got your 25 right there. See, that's 12. You got 24 there. I think you would have been your 25 up here somewhere. Yeah, there. You would have got your $100 if you're trading 4 contracts. If you did the same thing here coming down right there, and that's why I had to adjust right there, you would have got your 25 again. So you're basically scalping $25 or how many is that? That's 50 ticks per contract. So here, this is again pulling down into this fair value gap. So while this is forming, so you can see where this extended now so really your target can easily be here, but I think what they're trying to do, what they do in the Asian session, they try to start expanding these areas, what we call the deviation levels. They want to keep expanding it. So just long this is fine, this TTM. I just maintain that, and usually now my stop be a little maybe up to here. Just below, there's a swing right here, right? So I'll leave it
That's
right here.
another one of my weaknesses. I don't sometimes it saves me, but when I hate when like you're in the profit like
Right.
pretty good
Yeah.
and then it starts going against you
Right.
and I'll put my stop in front of my entry position and then it takes me out, but then it turns around
Right. And yeah, it goes back up.
and and then the time that I don't, it kills right through my entry and just keeps collapsing and I just can't win with
Right.
that. But I watch you and
Yeah.
I was like, man, he's just you're just bold, man. Like you just refuse to put your stop in front, but
Well, it
that
depends.
helps you get those big runs.
Right. Well, it also depends on what your risk tolerance is. I mean, each trader has their own risk tolerance, right? So if that's what you like to do, that's fine. For me, I want to, especially with M and Q or even NQ, they behave the same. It 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 it, it dances a lot. I mean, it goes
Yes,
all
for
over the
sure.
place. So that's why you can't just put a tight stop to it. Just let it where I see where the levels are. Like for example, this one we have the pullback all the way down here. That's basically using that as a what? This one you're getting see what are you seeing here? Basically, you're seeing higher lows right here, and hopefully this one. If that they respect that, meaning that again, this is based on price action because you're getting higher lows from here, and these are all from pullbacks from here. If I'm looking at this, these are all, let me see, I'll show you. So these are all from pullbacks here. And here's another pullback. You look at, they create another swing, another pullback, they create another swing, and hopefully they get down to here, and this will be another higher low. That's what I'm looking at. Now, if they do break this, then then the trend is no longer going up, and uh, the structure is no longer there supporting the uptrend, and that's what I have to go by. Now, if you're creating this higher low and higher high, higher low, higher high, higher, and hopefully they do this and create another higher high. That's how they start expanding these deviation levels. Yes, I'll take this, they're very small for me. It's really small drawdown. If they're creating these higher lows and higher highs, that's what I'll base my, you know, base what they're doing rather than trying to. I know a lot of people start freaking out. Oh, I'm losing, but I'm just looking at what the market structure is doing. And especially during the Asian session, they usually do this a lot because they're really trying to form the basis of the Globex, the structure of the Globex session. So that's again, and once they abandon the structure of higher highs or higher lows and higher highs, then I'll take that hit. And it's not that significant anyways. So as we expand on this, here, you know what I had to do? I had to switch my IB to Asian since it's set at the
New
New
York.
York Open. Yep. So here we are. Initial balance, template, load, Asian session. And usually trade the first 2 hours and that's it. Because usually around 10 after that, usually it dies down until they start waking up again during before the London Open. So there we are. We have, where's our session mid right here? Right here. So that's where they're bouncing off.
Yep, it was that thing was bouncing off that thing and stuck on it like a
Yeah,
magnet too.
exactly. And
It's
here, exactly. That's what they were doing here yesterday. And that's why I was kind of frustrated from yesterday. Um, I was blowing my PAs, not PAs. I was blowing my evals, but that's why I said, those are 25K. It'd be okay if you're trading the 50 because I don't think you would have blown it. So that's why with this time I'm gonna probably purchase another maybe two 50K PAs. And that's the thing about the Asian session, it's pretty slow. That's why I give a time limit of 2 hours. If they don't move it then I'll just quit. No matter what, if it's a small loss or what, because that's really what it is. Like they did during the New York session, they didn't even hardly move that.
oh God.
They didn't move it after. I think that after the first, you have to make it that move right after they close that on a 30-minute candle, right when they close at 10:30 or that 10 o'clock candle closes at 10:30. That's where you have to make a move. That's the move you had to take. It's going to either test the upper range or the lower range. That's the move. And after that 10:30 candle, they just ranged it the whole day.
Yeah.
Because if you looked at this, look at this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you looked at this, here it is. Here is the candle that we're talking about. This close right here, close right here. This is the candle you make your move. Where did it end here? So it got kind of that prior candle, this one, they brought it all the way down here and they closed him, meaning got rejected. So if it got rejected, your entry could have been right here. Here's your close, your opening is right here. You could have entered here and then went all the way to the top and you would have been done. That would have been a good run right there. You're done for that trade. Look at this. 79 times 4. Let's say you're trading 4 contracts. That's around close to 300, right? Let's say 80. Yeah. 240. That's good enough for your PA. But then after that, here, what they brought here. So basically they closed here. And so what they did was they opened here, right here. They brought it back up again. And you could have got that again going up to this range. Then they brought it all the way back down and they closed it up here. So they're just going up and down here. Because they hardly even broke this. They did break it, but they didn't close above it. They were just really what they were doing was just piercing it, and that was it. They were just teasing you right there. Another pierce, they were close below
Yeah.
there.
Like you look at it now in the hindsight and it
Yeah.
looks like, oh, I could just
Yeah.
short it there
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
despite,
No.
but when you were live in it, it was like very misleading and
Yeah.
the way it was behaving not like
It-
it looks there, you know?
right. Right. They were just teasing you, and that's what they were
Yeah.
doing. They would tease you, all of a sudden they just bring it back. Remember, we were saying, "Oh man, that was brutal." You remember one time they already brought the low, and you would think it's going to go, and they just brought it all the way back
Yeah.
up.
I
Yeah,
thought for sure it was gonna fall,
yeah,
gonna drop.
yeah, and that's what they did. Yeah, yesterday was brutal. So here we are trying to get this. Now, again, here we have this is strong. Look at this. This is the fair value gap that they've been using since yesterday. That's very strong. Look at this. Look how price was really bouncing off this fair value gap. It never got past it. So I'm assuming that hopefully, let's see how strong it is. I might have to bring this down to maybe up here and see how they test it. Let's see. As we're expanding this range for the Asian session, let's see. Hopefully again, we have the +3 deviation there. Most likely they will get up to here and bring it back down, which they're trying to get up there, but most likely this will get rejected because of how strong this fair value gap has been throughout yesterday's session. Look at that. They just kept on holding it there.
So how is when like that Stefani, he still does well even when today was brutal scalping it. But how is he what is he doing his scalping method? Is he just scalping off those levels or what like
Yeah, I
what's his
know exactly.
target for the scalps?
Usually from the bottom range here, when you get to the bottom range, his target is the mid. Remember, there's that mid session right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his target. And his target is usually 100. It's usually a 100. That's it. That's how he's doing his scalps.
$100 or 100 ticks.
No, 50 ticks or $25 per contract.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he does. And it's working, and it's working for him. Me, I'm
Yeah.
trying to hit that home. Well, I'm more of a swing, so I'm looking for that, hoping it's going to go, but it doesn't. That's why he's doing the 100. He's doing pretty good. He's basically
Yeah.
getting from the ranges. Once it hits the bottom range here, he would take that buy the bounce off from there, do it 100, basically $25 per contract, which is 50 ticks, and that's it. He doesn't move it from there, and he's doing very good with that. Same thing when we get to the top here, like for example, at the top of the range when we show it on here, he would bring that, take that, like I showed you here. He would
Yeah.
take that once it starts coming down. He would take that right away, and he'd take them all the way to the mid or whatever the 50 ticks is. He's been quite good at that.
Yeah.
And I think what he's doing is really, I think he's using a Unirenko. Once it gets past right here, that's where he takes it. So he has very small risk if it does get hit, but he takes it just like what he was doing with the other side and take it from here, take his 50 ticks, and that's what he does right here. 50 ticks down. Stop would be down here. Again, really what he's looking at is really the ranging from the top of the range to get down to the mid again, and then from the bottom of the range to get to the mid again. That's why I see it every time I say, "Oh, that's why I call him out in the room sometimes. That was your trade, right?" He goes, "Yep." You see it. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
obvious, right? And I said I should be doing the same thing.
And then one time you do it, then it takes off
Yeah,
and goes
it's
for
yeah,
400 points.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, this one you just have to be patient about this one. Just as long as it's creating those, like I said, if it's creating those higher lows, I'm good. If it's respecting those higher lows, I'm good. That's around 8:30. So usually it starts moving around 9. Let's see if they do try to bring it up here at around 9 o'clock. Again, if you're looking at the 30-minute candle, yeah, here we are. When you look at a 30-minute candle, there's really nothing. There's no momentum at all. Look how look how small those candles
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, the Asian
Yeah.
it's crazy. Some nights like when I'm just doing like back testing and I turn my live on, I'm looking at the Asian very occasionally. I'm like, man, it's moving pretty good, And then
Yeah, yeah.
I did. I like the other night I caught a nice runner on the Asian session. I was like, I rarely trade it. And then the next I come back for a couple of days, it's just dead,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Usually, for me at least, I would that's what I would lose money would be because it was so slow and then it would start going the other way. And
Right.
but some nights it's pretty good.
Yeah. I think tonight is gonna be a slow night because look at yesterday's Asian session. Look at this.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't even
Yeah,
look at it.
this was yesterday, man. They they arranged it up here. Here they got now. This is what time was this?
Was there some kind of news or something?
No,
Gosh,
no. So right
it's
here,
just weird. Why, you wonder why some nights
yeah.
it just,
So here's the eighth. Here's the 8 o'clock. Here's the 8:30. It's already. Look at the size of those candles.
it's crazy. It looks like the New York
It's got
session.
right, and now compared to this, look at this. Look how small.
It's dictating from today. It's
Yeah,
mirroring. You know what you expect tomorrow's, you would expect some kind of explosion day
right,
because of today being so dead. What the tight range.
right. So the yesterday we had a great Globex session, but look at this. Right in the New York, the whole session was just dead. It just happened to create this all the way down here because this is the 1.25 on the in the Globex. It got down here. After that, they just went up and down here, not even reaching the high for the day. This is the high for the day, right up here. Not even close. Not even trying, not even close to testing that, which is a big surprise. Because usually you start testing the high there. And they didn't. So here we are. So now here's the high. So again, there's the high of the day up here, of the prior day high. Here's the low right here. Right here's the prior day low. So they're well within that range, not really doing nothing. Is there news today for New York? I don't think there is.
There was some, but early, very early.
Yeah. Now do they my question is, do they have news coming out of
Let me
Great
look.
Britain? Let me see here. Today is the what, 23rd? Nah. They have consumer index, consumer confidence at 10 o'clock. That's it. But other than that, there's no Great Britain news, nothing. That's the reason why they moved yesterday. Oh no, well, that was at 4:30. That was at 4:30. They had the flash PMI for the
Yeah,
Great Britain, right? That's about it.
they had that 9:45 a.m.
Right. No, but for the Great Britain, which is the Globex section,
Oh
they
yeah.
had one at 4:30. That's what moved the market. But other than that, um, that's basically the London Open. But other than that, they didn't do anything during the Asian. What they have here for the Asian. I should start looking. Maybe I should look at the Asian market here. Japanese. Let me see here. Yeah, Japanese. What else? Uh, China. That's about it. Let me see here. My filter. Okay, yesterday, that's, surprisingly, the market moved. Why? Japanese, the Japanese banks were closed.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's a bank holiday. Wow. So now today, 13:05, Japanese, their board of Japan, what is it? BOJ, Central Board of Japan. Governor Ueda speaks at 1:05 today.
Stop
Oh,
filled.
there's my stop.
Oh,
So there.
yeah,
So there's my stop 114. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is it still going down?
still going.
Order filled.
Man, what is that? Why is it still going down here?
Oh, are you stop? Like, is it
Uh,
keeping you?
no, no, no. That was just delayed. Right now,
Okay.
I'm looking at my thing here. It gave me a stop of Yeah,
Oh, it's still
109.
changing. You're
Yeah, yeah.
still okay.
Why is
Did you
this
get back
closed?
in?
No.
Order filled.
Okay, there. That was weird. Okay, I'm looking at my rhythmic and shows me a loss of 105. That's it. Okay, so now I tested the bottom here. Now this is good now. But the thing is, I'm looking at this, right? It may continue coming down. This is basically a reversal, maybe to up to here, then we'll continue coming down,
Yeah, maybe
right?
so.
Okay, so that one finally recorded. I don't know how I got in there. So I have a loss of 138, which is still not bad. There, 138.
Nope.
So here, okay, so we're down here. We created a low coming off the low here. Now we have a reversal. Now here's the mid chat, the sister mid. That's along with the mid band as well, right? Um, and again, that's where if I'm looking at this correctly, that's also where our everything's there. You have the daily pivot, you have the VWAP, you also have the mid band. Man, everything's there. There's a lot of confluence there, a lot of strong resistance. So what we want to see is maybe once off there, we want to see a reversal bar coming down. See, he's going to try to test that up here, the VWAP, everything up there. Let's see if it's going to bounce off from there or even bounce off. We have a fair value gap right here, which is, again, a lot of confluence here to the downside. So what I want to do with this PA right now is really just get me a goal of maybe 200 to, between 200 and 300. If that's going to still, where I still have to need to trade the London with it, I'll do that. But I want to try to get in the Asian session. If it requires to do the London session, that's what I'll do. So this one basically bounced off the top range there. And that's why I should have just waited. So it did bring up there, came back down. There's your entry coming down right below. And I think you have a signal. There's your signal from this. There's your signal to enter. Now, if you did that right here, see this? And got down to here. That's good, 32.50. That's over $100 for contracts. Over 120, 150 are on there. There's your signal from this, from the TTM. So we're still kind of below there. Now what we're waiting for here is basically a reversal. You can see it's going to end down here somewhere. So now if we're taking this, we're looking at this, the high up here. If you're looking at the fibs now from this high, and where do we get the low down here, right? And it came back to this Fibonacci retracement, which is a deep retracement because usually it gets up to the 61.8. So it got to the deep retracement to the blue level. So what they're going to try to test to get down here, and they bring it up. Good. That's another good reference point because you have a what? A fair value gap. So if you're going to be looking at this, maybe your target will be down here or eventually down here. That's your extension. So now if I want to get into this trade,
Order filled.
let's take that right now. There's my, okay, so there's my thing right here. So I'll take this all the way down here. And if I do, let's say we do a,
Order submitted.
just in case they'll want to test the low here, I'll bring this down, but at least I'll have a scale in. Again, this is rather an aggressive entry right here, but if I'm gonna, again, we have a lot of, a lot of confluence here to go to the downside. My stop is right above this daily pivot, right there.
And it's got the VWAP right above it too.
Yep, exactly. Yep, the VWAP is right here, right on the daily pivot. So technically, this is really bouncing off the bottom here. This may, like I said, let's see what the markets are trying to do here. Will they really rip through this strong resistance here? Again, here's the mid channel. That's where they might bounce off the mid and then come back down. They're close to the mid right here. Yeah, let's see what they test there. They hit the session mid right there.
You know, I have this indicator I bought a long time ago. I just started.
Mhm.
It's an order flow I bought a few years ago, and I just dug it out because I saw a guy on YouTube that trades he's
Or
the initial balance
right.
also, and he
Okay.
uses the footprint
Right.
the order flow just to kind of watch, you know, a little extra confirmation on
Right.
size and stuff. So the one I use, it's that KISS indicator,
Okay.
and it's pretty good actually. I'm just playing with the different. I'm using a 40 range right now,
Right.
and then it's pretty interesting when it gets to like where you would think it's a turning point,
Right.
um, and then all of a sudden I'll get a trap trader's
Right.
signal
Right.
on that candle, or an absorption
Right.
signal, and then just a pivot signal. But some of them are pretty precise, and you can see the delta. All of a sudden it'll be like a couple of candles that'll have like 280, 300
Right.
size, and then the bull is only like 5.
Right. Right.
And you know, and you're like, oh man, there's a lot of volume going down.
Right.
Like right
So
now
trapping.
there's yeah, right now there's probably in the last 7, 8 candles, they're all red, 1 in 200, and there's one candle that's blue at 68, and all the rest are red right
All
now.
right.
And there's one that gives you these buy and sell signals too. That's supposed to be a pivot. And I was back testing. I was like, man, those things are pretty solid, right?
Mm.
But um they're not, they don't always work. They're
Right.
sometimes they get blown through. But if you look at them right where there's a strong level,
Right.
and you get that signal, it's pretty good. And that's what the creator of this, I was looking at their website the other day, and that's what they recommend is getting these signals at those levels
Right.
for that extra.
I have a software called MBox Wave, and it's basically algos. It shows you again the deltas and also where the buyers and sellers are really work. And usually, I haven't really put it on this because I didn't want to get. I'll probably see how that's going to work on my. Um, I'll create another chart here. I just want to make sure it doesn't zap my. Technically, it doesn't take that much. Let me see if I can create this chart here on another chart and plot those waves on. What they do is they use the MGAN waves.
Okay.
Let me see here. So using this.
It's getting pretty near your stop there.
No, I'm not here. So here's the other chart. What I'm saying. So they do have a pullback. This is the algo. Right here, this is a pullback. So here's the number of blocks that's coming. So it's a -8, meaning there's more sellers. Usually you have, here's another algos, what we call up thrust. That's a very strong algo to the downside, that up thrust. If we have a strong signal to the upside, it's really what we call here the SP, otherwise known as the spring. I don't see the spring down here. So I'm seeing more of this. We have a lower high supported by what we call a pullback trade that's just going with the trend. So also we have the blocks here is a -8 rather than a positive. It's negative. You mean we have a lot of sellers coming in rather than having this as a positive number. We have a -8. Here we had a lot of sellers driving this down to -497. So let's see if it is going to create this bounce off, because we have a pullback algo. We also have some sellers coming in. Not a great deal. It was up a little more than this, but it has decreased. That's my concern there. But again, I'm gonna leave my stop there. I'm not gonna try to get risk more, because this is where the 233 is. We have a lot of resistance here that, let's see if it, if the momentum is so strong that we get through that resistance,
Yeah.
basically, right? Because there's a lot of confluence here. You have the VWAP, you have the mid band of the Keltner channel. You also have the 233. And especially if this mid band is still below the 233, that still gives you a strong, indication it's still coming down. It's really just testing that. Again, my confidence is this pullback algo. That's an algo signal for this particular software.
Yeah,
Like it
it's pretty
does.
cool.
Yeah.
It's like a simplified order flow.
Right. Exactly.
You don't have to
Yep.
read anything. You just
Right.
write on your.
Right. So here we have again, we're getting lower highs here. We have a high, we have a lower high here. Then if this comes down, we have another lower high. So that's basically what I use. Again,
I can't believe, I know it's just me and you on here now, but I just can't believe that the way they
well,
did Karen.
but wait, no, this is live streamed right now.
Oh, okay. Darn it. I won't talk about
No,
it.
you mean Apex?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
think they're
believe
not.
how they.
Well, not only Karen, there a lot of traders. I've been looking at the Discord channels of these other groups that I'm following. They're doing not only Karen, a lot of these people who have been consistently been cashing out.
So they're getting rid of anyone that's making money,
Yeah,
and they only want
basically.
to keep the people that are losers.
Well, basically
Yeah.
what they're saying is, okay, continue what you're doing. If you're really consistent, then we'll give you a live account with this. We'll just keep what you're having right now. But you can't get more evaluations. If you blow the evaluation, you can have a reset, but you can't get additional
But why
evaluation.
not? But why not, right?
Right, exactly. They don't want to give them more ammunition. So here, let's see what's going to happen here. We have some aggressive people coming in. Look at this. Let's see how aggressively they'll test this. Hopefully, you get it here and come back down. So this is where I trust my, the price action to take place. If it doesn't, then
Yeah, just like today, you just have
yeah,
to throw it. You just,
yeah. See, look at that. See this now -2. It took away that pullback.
Stop. Order
So there.
canceled.
So that's basically 270. Yeah. So with that, really bouncing off this now here, what we can do is take a trade going up to the upside here. There's your one.
Order filled.
You're gonna have 3 purples here. Why did I get 6? Why did I get 6 entry? I have 6 contracts here. Oh man, should have had 6. And this has no stop here. Why is that? Okay, I might have to, let's see if it gets down here. Because I had no strategy when I traded this. That's the reason why.
I've done that
That made
before.
it start. That made it really smart. Let's see if it goes against me, go with me. But there's our signal to go up, right? We also have the up signal here, right here. Right here's the up signal for this TTM.
Is that TTM give a signal when it crosses 0
Yeah,
line?
right here, right here, right
Okay.
here. That right there. So this is right there's the signal right here. So now we have the range now. Let's see if it's going to get up there. So now you see this turning positive now. Look at that. A lot of buyers coming out. 117.
Yeah, I got a delta of plus 280 on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So now if I'm looking at the other chart, because I don't have my view app here. We're up there. That's okay. That's +2. I'll put this aside. Just reference that right now. Okay, so we're looking up here. We probably tested up here. But here's the session mid, right? So basically it passed that. So we bounced off the low here. Hopefully this will test the upper range up here. Most likely it will get up to yeah, maybe an hour left before they stop making their moves. Let's see if they create a higher high here.
Let's see if it just bounces right off that.
Yeah,
swing.
let's see. Yeah.
That would be just like indicative of today if it does.
Yeah. Yeah, we got over the 233. Let's see, test that 233 again. So where are we here? So let's see if it gets up to there. We have strong, again, we have strong this fair value gap. My ultimate target would be up here, but the yellow. There he is. Look at that. If it rips through that yellow, then we're getting up to testing this high here of the previous of the US, basically the US Open right here. Let's see what they go past here. See, they raised that up there. I'm gonna take this out once it hits that yellow over there. We're still in this fair value gap. It's still honoring that fair value gap. So let's see if it bounces
Turn
off.
into a pretty
That's
good run there.
yeah. Let's see if this is bounce off the 21 EMA here. Here's the pullback. Again, they're pulling back because based on this fair value again. But let's see how far. Here's the candle for that. The range right here. So let's see.
Still way more buyers on the delta on mine.
Yeah. The reason, yeah,
Good.
this is what I've noticed about and or MNQ or NQ because they may have the same. So when they reach that thing, that what they do is they're gonna bring it down like this. They do here, but they're always gonna test that high again.
Yeah.
That's what they always do.
It's nonstop. It's like when I get in,
Mhm.
I would like there to be more clearance so I can
Right.
get my stop and have some profit. And it just
Right.
always pulls back
Yeah.
exactly to my
Exactly. Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
And sometimes like if I finally tap out
Yeah.
when it's moving against me,
Yeah.
it's like to the tick
Yeah.
where I got out is where it reverses. I hate that.
Like you kind of wonder, do they see what I'm doing?
Yeah, like I remember one time Daryl said a long time ago, he's like, I promise you there's not a little guy hiding inside your computer. Sometimes you think there is.
Yeah. Yeah. So here, you gotta test that high again. And when they do, that's where I'm gonna probably take my profit. It basically got back all my losses if I never gets up there, which for me would be a win.
Hey, my brother-in-law, he's like a very well-known attorney in the
Hmm.
Philippines there. I'm not
Ah,
sure if you've heard of him. Uh
what's his last name?
Julius Beryl.
Ah, okay. Is he in Manila or in the province?
He's in Cebu, but I think he also works in Manila and stuff too
Okay.
as an attorney.
He must be
And
well known in Cebu.
yeah, and then my wife said he was ranked as one of the top attorneys there. And
Wow.
his dad, my father-in-law, he's older now, but he
Right.
was a well-established attorney
Right.
there for a long time.
When are you coming out here?
Well, we're hoping in this upcoming year. We were gonna
Okay.
come this year, but
Yeah, because your
my
daughter got
daughter's getting
married.
married.
Right, right, right. Okay. That'd be cool to meet up.
Yeah, definitely like that. We went a few years ago. I brought my daughters, the whole family went, and we stayed for several weeks and we did the whole tourist thing. We went to
Ah,
swam with
wow.
the
What
whale
you
shark.
yeah, well, how'd you like that Oslo? That's over by Cebu. By
Oh, it was
your
awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
what year was that?
And um I think it was like I'm bad with years, like maybe 4 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, I've
And
been
then
here now. I've been here for 10 years, so you must have been here when I was here.
my wife, her mom was not doing well. That's why we went there.
Ah,
And
okay.
then once we got back home, she passed away. So my wife had to fly back by
But
herself.
uh
And her dad, he's not doing so well now. too.
Okay.
But it was funny because I was driving and I learned from her brother and her dad, and you just completely, you just have to go. You just have to pull out, or you're never gonna get out.
Right.
You can't drive like you do
Right.
here.
Right.
You have to
Right.
sit there with your
Exactly.
turn.
Exactly.
And and I pulled out, and my daughters, everyone was screaming when I pulled out, and I'm driving.
No, you have to be a more aggressive driver here.
Yeah. And then they were telling my wife's friends here, oh,
Mhm.
Alan was driving us all around. They're like, Alan? He was driving there? They're like, yeah. And when they go home, they hire a driver.
Right.
And I
Right.
was like,
Exactly.
oh, it's at the yellow line.
So this basically is saying this is now we're crossing this, which provides more momentum, because now we're using this 55 EMA is now crossing the 233. So let's see if it's going to break again. I'm using this to get it possibly up here, because now we're breaking this fair value gap, right? So now we're increasing that range now. There we go. Let's see if I can make 500, I'd be very happy. So there's really nothing going on here to really stop it, unless it's the deviation levels. That's about it. Let's see now here. Let me see what they're going to do here. Let's see if they bounce off this fair value gap, because we get it above it. They can use this. This was as resistance. Well, they use this as support. So my stop, if I want to do a mental stop, it would be right here. Right now, I'm already up, what, 255. I'm looking at maybe 300. If I can get up to 400, I'll be happy. I'll close it out at a profit of $100, which is fine.
Is that because you're down on that account already?
Yeah, I'm down around like 200. Or what is it?
Okay.
I'm down 270. So I'm pretty much break even right now, which for me, that's a win.
Yeah,
Because
especially
then,
after today.
yeah, because I would take that and go into the London market. I have more confidence in the London market than I do in the Asian. This is really first time I'm really trading the Asian. I just want to apply this, so now I can, learn how to apply the IB with the Asian session. So really, you have to give it that 1 hour. You can't trade right off, right?
Yeah.
You give that from 8 to 9, then that's when it starts moving. So if we're looking at this candle right here, okay, and then we have this. This is the candle that we got rejected there, right here, and that's where we take off. We could have entered right here, and that's what I'm beginning to learn now with this Asian. So you give it that 1 hour opening, and that's what you do. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create this one here. Okay, this is where I can adjust this, where I can adjust this Asian more, indicator to make it just like we did in New York. So what I'm going to do is this, and this one, duration opening range, which is 1 hour. Where's my other one? Here, this is the one. So this one, duration is going to be 1 hour rather than 7 hours. There. Right there. So there's our duration. But this will continue still printing that range until the 3 p.m. So now if we're looking at this, we're hitting the 1.5 right there. So that would be my what do you call it, my target. Once it gets up there, then I'm gonna close it out. So right now it's hitting the 1.5. That's what I'm gonna do. So this is the duration here. It's basically the first hour of the Asian session, which makes sense. So this one will be now changing to the 1 hour. Session duration is, the initial balance duration is 7. There, we're getting up to
Oh, look,
1.5.
it's gonna hit
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So let me see here. 7, this is 1 hour. Initial balance duration is gonna be 1 hour. There we go. So we get to 1.5. So we get up there, I have a small profit. Let's see. Let's see if it bounces off this yellow. Since it was really resistance, now let's see if we're gonna use as support. So there's a little tweak. Here's our 1 hour box. And but it's still gonna continue printing this range where you can base it off on the what you call it, the London market. This also gives me a, okay. So what I'm gonna do is really, this is one for the Asian, then I'll create another one for the London market, but it's gonna be using the Asian beginning. It's really the range of the Globex. And just have another initial 1 hour for the London. Just like this. Let's see if we can get 1.5. I'll be happy with that. So right now I'm at 300. If you can give me 350 there, I'd be happy.
Hey, you said you're happy with 300.
Yeah. Yep. 400 would be, I'd be ecstatic.
It's gonna keep going. When you get to 400, I'll be happy with 5. Let's see what happens if I get up there to a 7.
Well, I'm riding that yellow wave. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
I'm doing. But
it's tough to stop when it's moving so well.
I just want them to hit that 1.5 and be happy. That's the extension, really. The average extension where they usually hit. Yeah, okay. Learn a lesson now for the Asian session. Don't trade. You can trade after that 1 hour, the initial 1 hour, just like you do with the New York Open. So here, let's see if it's going to bounce off there. There's a small fair value gap there right now, that white line. Very small, but sometimes they bounce off on that to go up.
Don't let it take all your profits.
No, I'm not.
Because that's something Alan's notorious for.
Let's see if they can mark it down here. I just want to make sure that
You know what my
Mm.
saying is when you dollar cost average,
yeah,
it works every time
yeah,
except once. Just like Texas Hold'em poker,
right.
going all in, it works every single time except once. And that once knocks you out.
Yep. So here, do they have enough? I'm looking at my other chart. Let me see.
And we've all done it and still do it. I'm not gonna lie, I do it. I'll do it still once
Yeah.
here and there,
Yeah.
but way better than I was before with it.
Right.
And I think it's an Achilles heel when it does work, because you in your mind you think it's going to work all the time,
Right.
and then it just keeps collapsing and keeps collapsing on you. I just keep throwing more at it at the next level. I'm like, oh, well,
Right,
it's
right,
gonna
right,
bounce
right.
off this one.
Yeah.
Let me cut it in half. And then it just keeps going. Then I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
I promise myself every time I'm not going to do that ever again. And I put notes all over,
Up there,
don't
right,
do
right,
it.
right.
And then when the emotions come in,
I'm just already treating this like a pullback from that because that's usually what happens here. Let's see. Yeah, and got it up to that high and notorious for NQ, it likes the pullback, and then we'll test that high once again. We have 7 minutes on this bar. And that's a pretty good bullish bar. So let's see if we're going to continue that bullish run after 7 minutes. That's why I'm still in here. Maybe this is just a pullback. Time is it? 9:23. So we still have maybe 30 minutes left to see where this is actually going.
no. Is there a different code than that PDU9S? I think there's one for 90 still, isn't there?
What is that?
The Bolenex discount.
You're using my code?
It was one you posted in the prop firms that
Ah,
recently.
let me see if I have that. Is it working or no? No.
It does, but it's at 24 something, and it's usually
It should be,
$14.
yeah, it should be 17, right? Or if you're
Yeah,
using for the 50 is 17, and I think for the 50 it's 19 or
yeah, it's
14.
24 with this
Here,
code.
let me see. Hold on. Let me get that after I get I'm gonna close this trade or not. It's gonna be testing this again, this deviation level. And usually if
Yeah,
it's in a trend, that's the +1, right? It's gonna test here and come back up. So let's see that's what it's gonna do if it's in a trend. So now we're way above here. Actually hit that 1.25. Let's see if we're gonna test that 1.25. I'll be happy then. Now my happiness is going down. As long as we're getting back, it gets back to the 1.25, that's where I'm gonna close it out.
you know what? You're right now. You're like Alan there, saying, "I wish I would have not. I wish I wouldn't have taken that. Let that one run."
Yeah, so there we have that. We have a reversal bar. So let's see how far this is gonna go. I might have to close this out.
Yeah, I think you better just
Yeah, right there.
Order filled.
It's gonna bounce off the mid bend. So if that's gonna do that, so I'm already down
possibly.
137.
At least you cut it.
Yeah.
Cut it in half.
Let me see if I can get the discount for you.
I'm debating if I'm gonna, because I still have quite a few to work on, but it's hard to
Well,
pass
this
up on
one
the 90%.
most likely is going to bounce off the mid band like it usually does, right? Because we have the 21 EMA still above all three, the 233 and the 55. So I'm waiting for a reversal bar to the upside. I might take that. Okay, let me see if I can find this. %90. No, use this one. See if this works. I'm gonna put in our, where do you want me to put it?
Wherever you want.
Here.
Um,
Are you on here? There's Dennis. Here we are. There.
Thank you, sir.
Right in that. See how that works. So again, here we're bouncing off the top, right? Or where is the top right here? So we got rejected up here. Now this may come down. Where's the mid on here? The mid right here. The session mid is right here. So we have this reversal. Now we have this signal on here coming down right there. So we may test this all the way back down now since we already hit the we reach the top up there.
There it goes. 1450 for the
Okay.
25.
This one I'm gonna do for so at least I cut my loss to only 137, which is manageable. So if you're looking at this, we actually reached past the 1.25, and that's where I should have quit. But then again, that's more than I can ask for. So that we're above there now. What happens here now? It may now continue coming down here to test a lower level. Or it may retest. Again, if we get a reversal bar here coming to the upside, since we're still at the +1 deviation, where it might now can still continue. Because once we get past this chase line, then we have strong probability it's going to test down here. Yeah, we have a pullback on this. We have I'll go here in the pullback. So if you're looking at this, we can actually see this is more of a, we have the low down here. Get a high up there. There's our pullback. We're at the 38.2. The maximum pullback is right at here. So that'd be the 50%. We want to see a reversal candle going up. Target would probably be up here, close to the 2. We never really had a pullback after this long, strong run. This is your pullback. So there's still a chance here to redeem. Probably break even.
Are you gonna come back for the London?
Yeah, I'll be back there, but I think we still have time to trade this. Again, this is a strong run. Here's our pullback. We never really got the pullback until now. We're pulling
When
back
do you
into.
do you
I just
log on at 3 a.m. Eastern, or
around
what time do you
245. Around 245. Yeah,
Okay.
to see where it's at. And I might start tweaking these IBs now, have different settings for the London, but this will still use, the Asian, but the IB box, the yellow box you see there, it's gonna be different. I'm gonna use the first 1 hour for the London. The London is really weird because they take off right off that opening sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes right off the
Yeah, right out the
3
gate.
a.m. it's
Yeah, right out the gate.
off to the
They're off and
races.
running. Yep.
And yeah, I noticed the market's a lot smoother during the
Yeah,
London.
exactly. Exactly.
it's tough for me. I try to do it like maybe once a week or
Mhm.
something, because usually it just ruins the rest of my day and night, because then I'm dead tired and
Yeah. You know what they
just
do? You know what they do? That initial run, they whatever direction they do, but after that 1 hour, they reverse it. That's what I've noticed.
I for those choppy days like today, I found this indicator. It's not like necessary. I mean, you can see the candles. I mean, like, gosh, today you can see, for hours.
Yeah.
It was just bouncing back and forth on the 15-minute candles, like 10 of them in a row.
Yeah.
But there's an indicator I found that it's supposed to be a breakout indicator, and it highlights around formations like that.
Hmm.
It's kind of cool because it just gives you a quick visual when you
Right.
maybe aren't thinking of that.
Right.
So I just threw that on there too, and sometimes look at some other
Hmm.
instruments.
Right. So I'm looking at my other chart. This is strong. On your delta, you have a lot of sellers coming in.
Um, right now there's three red candles. One of them's 235. That was two
Yeah,
candles
exactly.
ago, but
Yeah.
right now this candle doesn't have a lot right now. It's
Okay.
like only 8 delta at the moment. The new candle. The previous one has negative 75, and the third one, 3 candles ago, has 235.
Yeah. That's what it was. That's why it was moving down. So okay.
But this one's right now just plus 39 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a weak blue candle for sure.
Yeah.
I called it blue because it was blue out of my order flow.
Let's see. We have around 26 minutes left. If nothing's happening here, then I'll quit. Because usually that's what they do. They just do that one move right there. That's what it was. So again, we have this reversal bar. It's going to get up to here, which, you know, I would take because then there's a possibility I can get up to either 1.5 again. And if that's the case, gets up to here. That's another 17. Just get maybe another 100. I'll be happy. Right there, which is around right there, right there. That that basically take back most of my losses that I had. So here, let's see if this is going to continue going up, bouncing off the 38.2 pullback on the Fibonacci retracement.
Well, Coach, I hate to leave you
Yeah.
solo, but got to cut out for the night.
Okay. See ya.
See you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah. Take care.
Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're taking this until 10 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. here in the Philippines. So let's see what's going on. If there's no setup there, then I'm not going to be taking any trades as you can see. I'm just going to wait it out. If there is a good probability set up, then I'll take it. But if there's none until 10, then that's so be it. At least I was able to minimize my loss. Just getting adjusted to how to trade this IB on the Asian session now. Bringing to tweak it, do it the first hour, just like we do the New York Open. It's usually the first hour of that Asian Open, the first hour of the New York Open. So that's what I'll be doing, tweaking this IB for the Asian session. And I'll see how I'm also apply this to the London Open, which I think the London Open might be a little different because they do take off right at that 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. Eastern, and then after that 1 hour, they usually reverse what they did at that first thrust. So I will further tweak this. Again, these are for my students. This IB is free to them. I just give them the settings to what we're trading. So if you're interested in that, let me know. You can sign up, and I only charge a one-time fee. Just a one-time fee for the indicators, and you have it. As long as you you subscribe to our trade room, which is basically $25 a month. That's really, I think, cheap. We provide any type of tweaks or upgrades to any indicators that we give. But at the same time, you have a trading community that you trade with. Like there, you saw Alan. We've been trading together for more than 10 years. So you want to join a community of traders where we bounce off each other ideas and so forth. You know, we do not want to be trading by ourselves. Just like in my spiritual journey, I do not do my spiritual journey by myself. It's usually with a community, fellowship. Basically, in trading, same thing. You have a fellowship of traders. So if you're interested to join our trading community, let me know. You can PM, DM me, whatever. I'll send you some information. So as we wind down this Asian session, which is around what, a little over 20 minutes, let's see if we can get a one more last hurrah. If it is bouncing off this fib retracement or not. Again, what I'm looking for is basically a reversal bar, like similar to this. The reversal bar would be like this white bar right here. That's what I'm going to be looking for if I'm going to enter. So I'll put this in mute. Let's see if we can get a setup. If you don't, then so be it. Well, you don't want to be forcing trades, right?
Order filled. Order submitted.
We got 1 minute left on this 30-minute bar. Let's see if it's the next bar will create a a bearish bar.
Order filled.
So I've scaled in here for additional 4. There's my target there. That'd be a very profitable trade. So let's see if we can get down there. Basically, it's the 1.25 extension of the IB to the downside.
Target filled.
Okay, I'll take that. I went from a loss to a plus 204, which is basically my profit target for this 25K um funded account. So this is my sixth trading day, which I'm looking at this. I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at in terms of so this is what I'm looking at. So it's the 23rd going to the 24th. So there. So if I'm gonna be looking at this, we're looking at this Bill Knox, this one. There it is, 204. Which I might trade this also with the London Open to make enough. Because right now the nets are on 172. And my goal is between 200 to 300. So I might just have to do one more trade on that. Okay. That's where it is for the, again, coming down from 270 down. So basically I made another 400 on this trade right there, these trades. With that said, that's done for the Asian session. Again, looks like it's going to try to test the slow at the 1.5. We have a fair value gap right here. That's why it's kind of bouncing up there, but it hit the 1.25 extension on the IB for the Asian session. I just had to tweak this to reflect this. And we'll use the same IB for the London session. See you guys then, 3 p.m. Philippine time, 3 a.m. Eastern time in the US.